I'm so excited that my baby girl has finally arrived, and so today I'm going to be doing a giveaway, and I'm also going to share with you guys sharing with you guys the birth story, because I've had a few people ask how it went, if we're doing okay, and since I haven't really shared much with my friends on YouTube, I wanted to let you guys know how we're doing. Okay, you guys, baby girl is finally here. Let me show you our little setup in our room here. So you can see this is where I normally do my YouTube videos. We have laundry happening over here. I nurse over here, and you can see my big water bottle. And then we just have this little pack and play setup right here. And oh my goodness, her arms are out. She's just taking a little rest right now. She's so sweet. She's seriously the best baby. Usually I tell you about the giveaway at the end of the video. Today I'm gonna do it at the beginning, just in case you don't care about the birth story. But I am going to be giving away a Be Light from Jujubee in the awesome Wildcat print. And then I also have the amazing strap that you can attach to the D-rings on the sides here. It has a really pretty strap. It has gold hardware. It has leather detailing there. You can use this on other bags as well, not just this bag here, so you can use it to accessorize, like it would be super cute on just a plain black bag. And then you guys know how much I love my Awala water bottles, so I wanted to throw one of those in there as well. And of course everything is pinkish in honor of my little girl. So if you want to enter to win, I'm gonna leave all of that information down in the description box down below. It'll be really simple, easy steps. It'll run for 1 week, and then I will announce the winner next Friday here and on Instagram. This labor and delivery was pretty different from my other ones, and so at first I wasn't actually sure if I was in like real labor or not. And it's been 5 years since I've had a baby, so I was like trying to remember what it's like, what the feelings were. I was scared that it would feel like the first time. In some ways I was more scared because I kind of knew what to expect, and in some ways it was actually not bad and easier than some of my other labors and deliveries. So on the 25th, the morning of the 25th, I believe that was a Tuesday, after I took the kids to school, I was so tired, so I just like got back into bed and was sitting up in bed, and I could feel contractions happening, but they weren't super strong or painful yet, but they were kind of closer together. So of course I called my mom because she lives in Las Vegas, so she lives in Las Vegas and I'm in Utah, and so I wanted her to be ready just in case it ended up being the real thing. And normally my contractions start like in the middle of the night, and so I wasn't sure if this was going to be real labor or just Braxton Hicks. My due date wasn't until actually February 5th, so the 25th of January was still kind of early for me. Usually my kids are about 7 days early, so I was expecting maybe the weekend. This was a Tuesday, so I wasn't really thinking it was gonna happen yet. So by that afternoon, I called my husband at work. He was super excited, and I told him, he was like, I can come home now, I can come home whenever, when do you want me to come? And I just said, stay at work, I will let you know when they get a little more painful and I think that it's actually the real thing. So kind of went about my day, got my kids from school, just kind of took it easy. I actually did take a bath as well, just to kind of relax my muscles and see if my body would still continue with labor, even with being really relaxed in the bathtub. And I did continue to have consistent contractions. So, and I actually stayed in there for quite a while just because I felt a little more comfortable in there. And so by the time I got out, it was probably like 4 o'clock probably. I told my husband to come home. I said they're getting, you know, worse. And I called my sister-in-law who lives in town and asked her to come watch the kids. I told her we'd probably be going to the hospital that evening, and so I, you know, asked her to spend the night with the kids. Prepped some stuff, got the hospital bag all ready. I had my husband get the kids dinner and everything, take care of their homework, and I just kind of tried to relax because I knew this was active labor now, and so I was trying to kind of rest, but I couldn't. You can't really rest when you're in labor. So I got on my app, I timed all my contractions, and they were getting closer together and longer. And by 8 o'clock, I was ready to go. And I figured we can always go to the hospital and be checked, and then if they send me home, they send me home. My water never breaks, so I never know for sure when exactly I should go to the hospital, but it felt like it was time. So my husband and I get to the hospital, we're kind of walking in, and as we're walking in, I'm having a contraction, so I stop, and kind of all of a sudden my tongue starts to go numb, like certain fingers start to go numb. And this has happened before with my first pregnancy, but it wasn't while I was in labor. It was like when I was in my second or third trimester. And so I kind of knew what to expect, and it's so weird. I like can't form sentences. It's hard for me to speak correctly when that happens. It doesn't last very long, but it is a super weird thing that happens to me, that has happened to me now with 2 of my pregnancies. But I told my husband, I was like, I can't speak. And they were, I got up to the counter and they're like asking me all these questions. And I'm like, oh, and I was just thinking, why do we have to answer so many questions when we're in so much pain and labor? I understand why, but it was really difficult to get through that, especially when I was having a hard time forming correct sentences. Anyway, so we finally get back to the room where they check you and see how far you're dilated. I was dilated to a 6, and so they did decide to keep me. I usually get an epidural, and so they just kind of set me up with that right away. Usually when I get an epidural, I slow way down, and I usually have a nap and then kind of start back up a little bit later. But with this, they gave me my epidural, and then I couldn't sleep because I could still feel a lot of pressure. I could still feel that she was coming. It was only another hour to 2 hours, and I was fully dilated, ready to push. I've never had a baby come out as quickly as she came out. Pushing seriously was only like 5 minutes or less. It was only 2 contractions. I pushed a few times and she was out. It was amazing. It was this time, because I know it was my last pregnancy and my last delivery. I kind of was soaking in all the emotions and feelings, and so having her finally be out and in my arms was so awesome. It was so fun. She was 7 pounds 13 ounces and she was 21 inches long, so she's a really long baby. And at first we weren't sure what to name her. We were trying to decide between 2 different names. That night we didn't decide. I ended up having her, we went into the hospital like 8:30. I ended up having her by 12:15, and so she was actually born on Wednesday the 26th. We actually decided to name her Brooklyn James. Brooklyn because my younger sister, her middle name is Brooke, and I really love that she's named after my sister, because the whole reason that I wanted to have another baby was to hopefully have another girl so that Lila could have a sister, because I know growing up I loved having a sister, so having her named after my sister is just really special. Anyways, the whole reason why I wanted to have another baby was so that Lila could have the same kind of sister friendship that I had with my sister. And then my husband also lived in Brooklyn before we were married, and so we both like the name and it has special meaning for both of us. The reason why her middle name is James is because all of us have J middle names, and we always like to pick a middle name that comes from like an ancestor, family member, something that has meaning as well. And so we decided on James because my father-in-law, his mom, passed away when he was 5 years old, and her maiden name was Jameson. And so we decided to shorten that and just make it James and name Brooklyn's middle name after her. Brooklyn is such a good baby. She eats really well. She's been sleeping great for us. She's just so sweet. It's so fun to cuddle newborns. Trying to soak in all of the newborn goodness while I can, because I know it doesn't last very long. The kids are all obsessed with her. They love her so much. They think she's so fun. They always want to hold her after school. And it is kind of nice having the kids be a little bit older. They are very helpful. They can grab me diapers. And it's been easier this time because I don't have 2 kids in diapers. It's just 1 in diapers and the rest are older and can pretty much take care of themselves as far as like getting dressed, feeding themselves, all that kind of stuff. So we're both doing well. We're both healing, recovering. She's about 2.5 weeks old now. And I am just so excited that she is finally out of my body and we can just enjoy her and all of her cuteness. Anyway, so that is my little birth story. If you guys have any questions about the giveaway, please leave those down in the comments down below. Thanks for watching this little chit-chatty video. I will see you guys next Friday for another bag review. See you guys later.